I'm at the office because I just finished NextGen. Just finished NextGen, and I'm too tired to go to the car because I'm at the office. Hey y'all, I'm too tired to go back home to the office because I'm sitting here for after NextGen, and so talk to me until I get ready to go. Hey, what's going on? Am I? You know what? I'm not. I'm bloated. I'm bloated. That's it. I am not pregnant. No, 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 no. No, no, hell no. What do you need advice about? What's going on? First of all, also, don't make me stand up. Don't play me now. Her stomach is flat, okay? Her stomach is flat. Flat, flat. What do you need advice about? I'll let people join the live. You can request to join if you like. Who's in here? It's in horrible condition. What happened? Hey.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
I- I'm good. What you sleep? Oh.
No, no, no. I just got in. Um,
How you doing?
yeah, I was watching TV downstairs and I just came up.
That's what's up.
Yeah, hi.
Mm,
Yeah,
what's up?
I've been getting like actually I applied and I've been getting like invitations from your Champ Cities from time to time. Matter of
Hmm.
fact, I was supposed to hop on a call, but I guess I wasn't very ready then. And
Hmm.
I just wanted to take this opportunity to really kind of ask you, like, what
Yeah.
really is the concept?
What is of next gen?
Oh, I'm sorry, of Champ City buyers as a
Oh,
whole.
like who am
No,
I?
no,
Like
no,
what am
no.
I even?
I know, not necessarily who you are. Like, what is it that I know you say you're buying block by block in Baltimore.
Hmm.
So I'm just saying, can you shed some light on that?
Yeah. So, so we are obviously real estate developers. So we have our rentals, and then we started flipping properties, and we did a couple block projects. Our next big project is, well, now we have a few next big projects, but the one that we've announced already is a 54 new construction townhome community in East Baltimore, a few blocks from Johns Hopkins Hospital.
Wow.
So that about $18 million project is something that will be we're really starting now, but the properties will be available by like the end of next year. There's a lot of like site work and consolidation and subdivision of properties and things that we have to do, which takes some time. But those townhomes will be available next year. Um, we work a lot now with um, a lot of different projects, a lot of different organizations, nonprofit, the city, the state. Like we have a lot of support from folks politically, which is really, really important for the projects that we're doing because it helps to get capital for the projects. And then we have our mentorship program, which really is more than a mentorship program, right? So, like our accelerator is specifically focused on investing in Baltimore. So they're from all over the country, but everyone has some connection to Baltimore and wanting to invest here, which means while we're doing our projects, they're doing their houses. And so we've had almost 800 people, about 99.97% of them being Black, which is important to me as well, but all investing in Baltimore so that, you know, as we're doing our investment, we have all these people are doing theirs. And the thought of NextGen was, how do I duplicate myself and have people who are intentional about investing in real estate and investing in Baltimore, helping me to eradicate vacants and be able to do it all together with a community first approach and with a value centered in development without displacement. So what Charm City Buyers kind of is and is all about is how do we build wealth and close the wealth gap leveraging real estate? And how do we build Baltimore the right way, with the right way being a community-centered approach so that we can keep the charm in Charm City. And
Absolutely.
that's really what it's all about.
Absolutely. So I just want to ask a question about one um, aspect of the impact
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe I'm just being like, okay, so like there are uh, some parts of Baltimore that you see
Mm-hmm.
they're all boarded up, and you see whole
Mm-hmm.
blocks that are boarded up and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So have you made inroad into any of those type of communities? And if you have, um, are you seeing like any of the renovations being occupied by people after you fix them up?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we did our block project, we were in a neighborhood that had the highest and may still have the highest concentration of vacant properties in the entire city, or at least in East Baltimore. So no, it's of the entire city. And I double checked the other day to like compare to a few different neighborhoods, and it's still if it ain't top three, it definitely ain't number three. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's a lot of vacant. And so yeah, so we did a block um, there, and all the houses have been purchased. They're all purchased by first or second time home buyers. They're all like younger professionals. Some of them from Baltimore, some that were transitioning into Baltimore. So here's the thing. The challenge with the areas that have like large concentrations of vacants, or like you see blocks of vacant properties, the issue isn't necessarily that no one wants to live there, because usually you're a few blocks from somewhere that's
I,
really, really
yeah,
desirable.
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
The problem is the cost of construction is really high. And when you do the appraisal, the value of the house from an appraisal perspective is less than what we need it to be to offset the cost of construction.
Okay.
So there's areas in Baltimore where the cost of construction just supersedes the value of the house because there's too many vacants around, and it artificially depresses the property values. So what I'm really excited about, I was actually just texting back and forth with a delegate the other day. There's a bill that passed in the state, and it used to be called the appraisal gap bill. Now it's called home ownership works. But the point of it is that in those areas and in those neighborhoods where the construction costs exceed the value of the property, the state can step in and provide funding
Oh,
to help make those deals still work. And so those types of policies and money from those types of deals funneling into Baltimore will really help with those blocks where it's just vacant, and why is anybody doing anything? Like a lot of times it's a number issue. And so the state is actually stepping in to help solve that number issue for developers and investors like us and all of NextGen to be able to come in and do those properties, because they deserve to be done, and the neighborhood deserves and needs to have that happen. And there's people who do want to live there. And it also, that coupled with like affordable housing stuff, means that people of and from that neighborhood can own in the neighborhood if they want to stay. So, but yeah, so there's more to the story, and I think that's something that's important to me to be able to try to share. Is that I think with more information and awareness, we can help understand why things are the way they are. And then my job when I'm not, because I damn sure don't sit on Instagram all day. When I'm not, I'm like having those types of conversations and helping to set those types of things up or provide my experience or whatever, so that, we're partnering with the city and the state to help eradicate vacants
okay.
and change the narrative.
Awesome. So I used to do a lot of work in Baltimore back in the
Mm-hmm.
day because I
Yeah.
worked for an electrical supply company, and I would do sales and make sure my customers get the materials when they're constructing and all of that.
Yeah.
So that's what drew me. I never lived in the city, but I had that form of attraction to city and county.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with your mentorship, and I actually joined the Baltimore area, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't so. I don't know, like the flow of information pretty much, and education wasn't there like that. But with your program, do you have the mentorship program that you mentioned? Just because I know the city, I still feel like I might need some guidance. So you mentioned your mentorship program. How is
Uh-huh.
that?
How's it work?
How does
Um,
it work? How do you get under your?
yeah. So,
I'm hoping
if anybody's on next,
to. Sorry, I'm hoping to invest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, invest like not do it yourself and put money in, or you're hoping to invest like you want
Uh,
to buy
I,
property.
it could be both. So it'll
Okay.
be like maybe there are projects that, might just need my money. And then
Mm-hmm.
maybe there are other projects that, you know, needs me to be hands-on.
Yeah, for sure.
It could be.
Yeah. So NextGen Accelerator, right now it's in six months and 6 month increments. So you join for 6 months. You do have an opportunity to renew. There is a full curriculum. And then in addition to the curriculum, there's also live group coaching. So like I'm just getting off a coaching call right now. I just had coffee before I started, and so I'm still sitting here. But so it's live group coaching, usually 3 to 4 times a week,
Okay.
and they're buying. So they have invested well over $20 million in the last like 2 years or so in Baltimore. And so that's acquisition and construction. So being able to help eradicate those vacants. So they're able to leverage my resources, my brain, my feedback, like helping to analyze deals. Tonight we went through a map of Baltimore, talked about different developments that are happening and coming. We talked about um, areas to be looking out for based on what folks were looking to invest in. Like for 2 hours, we're just talking about all kinds of stuff and then sharing behind the scenes on what we're doing and what we're working on and conversations that are happening behind closed doors. Um, so that's what NextGen is. I don't know anybody in NextGen. If you're in NextGen on here because you didn't go to bed yet, hashtag NextGen Takeover so people know who you are. Just say what's up. But yeah, so that's what NextGen's all about. I just pinned the website for NextGen. On there, there's a video and some more information. So you can go to gocharmcityBuyers.com/training for more
Okay.
info.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
For sure. Thanks
All right.
for
All
joining.
right.
See ya.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. I don't know how to get people off, so I'm gonna need you to do it.
Okay, I'm gonna try. It's my first time to believe it or not.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna let the next person in because he's getting impatient.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm going to miss the next bus tour on the weekend, the 20th. When's your next tour? The next tour isn't scheduled yet. I think I am actually going to hey, NextGen, what up? I am going to be announcing a conference in the fall. So I don't know if we're going to fit another bus tour before the conference, but the conference is coming. So get ready for that. Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Yeah, look, you
Sorry, I'll
was
be
all
brief.
impatient
The last
in
guy,
the
he
chat.
took
Come
all of our
on
time.
now.
Right. So I had a question, and I've seen some of your projects, obviously, on your Instagram page, and you guys share on social media. And
Mhm.
there's this property. I live in Trenton, New Jersey, and inner city. A lot going on. A lot of
Yeah.
very similar to Baltimore. But now with inflation, a lot of the property values the listings, I'll say, for the homes have went up drastically. Talking about properties that were listed 5 to 8 years ago were listed for $15,000, now being listed for over $100,000,
Yep.
if not 150. And they're actually selling for over 100 now. Before they were selling for 10 to 15,000, they're selling for over 100. And it's just, for me, it's just mind-boggling that people literally are paying over $100,000 for these properties, and it's hard for me to even consider to pay, knowing where we were before.
Right.
But
I'm gonna tell you
anyways,
now. Get
so
over it.
I
Yesterday's
recently,
price.
right.
Yesterday's price is not today.
That's my realtor is like, listen. She's like, listen, buy now because it's going higher than that. And I'm like, no, this is crazy. Like, so I went recently with her. We went and saw a home, 6 bedrooms, like 3 bathrooms. It's been vacant probably and I'm gonna try to send you the link to your inbox. Hopefully you'll be able to view
Mm-hmm.
it from my Facebook. I actually went live on Facebook. But so the person was a hoarder, and from the front door throughout the entire property, it was like 4 to 5, 6 feet
Mm-hmm.
of just trash, like everywhere. And we climbed the entire property. The upstairs was like raccoons had gotten in. It
Mm-hmm.
was tons of like feces up there. The whole entire
Mm-hmm.
house was completely filled. And nobody, because of that, nobody still has even put a bid on the property. So it was initially listed at like, so a home in great condition on that block, which is still in the inner city, recently sold across the street for like
Mm-hmm.
350, 340, 350. They listed this property
Mm-hmm.
for initially for 120. And I looked again the other
Mm-hmm.
day and it dropped down to 106. And my question is like, do you think, and I want to show it to you, do you think that it's worth investing in? Number one, I've always been told, like mentally, I think about like homes that haven't been occupied for time. Like brick structures typically are good because, you know, the casing, when you have wooden structures like this property is, I feel like there's more issues in terms of foundation, in terms of the you know, the structure of the home. And I don't know, I'm no engineer, but I just feel like I don't know if this is worth me putting a bid on. And I know I'm going to get it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
the only one that's going to bid on the property because it's so, the
Mm-hmm.
trash is scaring everybody away. So I wanted to kind of, you know, get your advice. I know that's kind
Right.
of
Yeah.
consultant
First of all, usually you get
talk,
an invoice for this, but that's okay. Nah.
right.
So, like, who ca- so okay. So here's what you do. The house you said the other house sold for like 350 or whatever it did across the street. That was done, right?
Right.
So you take.
Literally
So what you
5 feet
take. So personally, I don't care about what the scope of work is. I don't care if it needs structural damage. I don't care if it has stuff in the house. I'm gonna throw the shit away anyway. I don't care about none of that. What I care about is, do the numbers work, right? So the numbers work or they don't work based on what needs to be done. So if structure work needs to be done, but the numbers still work, then who cares? So, so that's what I would do. I would spend a little bit more time on getting a good rehab estimate. So get an estimate from like 3 different contractors if you can. If they can't walk through for whatever reason, take the video and have them look at the video and give you a gut check. Have them look on the outside of the house so they don't need to go in to check the structural issues. The biggest issue with a wood house that's been sitting for a while and in that condition is stuff like termites, right? Like, does it have termite damage or?
And stuff has grown around the entire house. They actually cut it off when I went to see it like a month ago, and now all of that like vines and
So
all
just
that
make
stuff has grown
sure
back.
that landscaping is in the budget when they give you your estimate, right? Do the numbers work? Like who, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've done my share of hoarder houses, as I'm sure you can imagine, right? I did a hoarder house one time where the person who lived in the house, he was mentally ill and he was a hoarder. And not only that, he had gotten rid of all the bathrooms in the house. Like there was no bathrooms anymore. And there really wasn't any more bedrooms. It was just stuff. And then there was a bird coop upstairs. So there was like stuff upstairs. And then when we bought the house, we got rid of all the junk, threw all the stuff away. We actually even called their family. There were some personal items and we let them come get some stuff or whatever. But we cleared the house out. And then we were putting concrete on the floor of the basement. And so they're like digging up like the basement because it was like dirt. They realized that it wasn't dirt. That's where the guy was using the bathroom.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
So,
that's
you know what I mean? Okay, like there's stuff in there. It's just you gotta throw the shit away. Like the biggest issue is
right. And I mean, there's gonna be at least $20,000 probably. And
clear out,
I don't know if we're gonna be able. I'm telling you, like this is a big house. Like is a big house, and every room is filled.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy. Yeah, I would say
so
10,000. I mean,
I could get with you on a 10,000. With getting rid of this stuff and maybe demolishing some of the structure if you need it. I would just make sure that in your bid, because the most important thing is the numbers. Right. So make sure in your bid
Right.
They're estimating like how much to take the stuff out, obviously, but also trying to look to get an understanding of the like the joists and the floorboards. Like they're not going to be able to see that stuff. So you want to make sure whatever bids you get, you're putting a considerable contingency on top of it for the things that are unseen, the things that you are not going to be able to know until you clear everything else out. Other than that, I don't care about the structural damage. I don't care about the junk. I don't care about the vines. Like, I don't care about none of that. What are the numbers? And let my numbers make my decision for me and not my emotions or my fear or whatever I saw on HGTV last week.
And last question, and I'm gonna send you the clip too when we get off here. So, would you pay cash for the
Maybe.
property
It
or no?
depends. You know, like
Okay.
if you, I mean, if you got it like that, I mean, you're like, you can if you want to.
In my head, I would want. I don't want. So this will be my third property that I'm purchasing, and I know it's not. People tell me like they've mentioned like you're stupid, like don't use your own money, but I like being debt free. Like I
Yeah, that's
like,
fine.
and this is for a
Yeah,
small person. Like I'm not looking
yeah,
at buying 10 right now, but I mean, for the next property, I like not having a mortgage. Like I like not
I
having
do.
overhead. You get what I'm saying? So I would rather spend the capital to make sure that I don't have another mortgage, or if I do get financing, it'll be for the repairs, but versus I actually have the deed and everything in hand. For me, that just makes mentally, like
Feel
makes
comfortable.
me like
Yeah, no,
have
it does
peace,
make
if that
sense.
makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
and you're keeping it as a rental or you're flipping it?
No. So I'll be moving out of my much smaller home, and I will move into that once that was complete. It's 6 bedrooms and like 3 bathrooms. It's huge home, like a nice. I'll probably stay there like 5 years or something like that, and then I would
So,
probably relocate.
yeah,
So it'll be my home
yeah.
to live in.
So first things first, right? In real estate, anytime someone says like always or never, like it's like tomatoes, like throwing tomatoes. You're bullshitting
Right.
because there's a lot of different ways to get things done, and there's different things that make sense for different situations. So I'm not a one size fits all girl. Like if you try to do everything the way I did it, you're probably going to drive yourself nuts, right? Like it just depends on who you are, what your goals are, what you're trying to do and accomplish, and then really backing into how to make it happen as a result. So if you know with your relationship with money that having debt makes you feel uncomfortable, then you should be doing things in a way that keeps you in your comfort, because there's plenty of things in real estate that's going to take you out of your comfort zone. Why, if you already know this about yourself, would you put yourself in a situation to be that much more, have that much more anxiety about what's going on? So if paying cash makes more sense and works for you, cool. Here's the other side, though, that I do want you to think about. So say you buy the property all cash, you living in the property, eventually, right? Like some of the lending sources that would do construction only and that type of stuff, a lot of times their paperwork requires that you don't or won't live in the house, because of how loans are regulated. Owner occupied loans have different regulation requirements than investor loans. And so just be careful
Gotcha.
with that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Personally, if I knew I was going to get a property like this to live in, I would get an FHA 203K loan where I'm only putting 3.5% down. They're going to give me money for my renovation. I'm going to do it in draws. I'll have a like an inspector, like a construction consultant that's going to
Right.
help me like
Yeah.
interface with the contractor if I have any anxiety about managing the deal. You said you've done a couple others, so you might be cool, but like it adds another layer. And so you're getting as low of interest as possible today, right? Which is higher than it used to be, but it's average over time, to what it usually is. But you're putting 3%, 3.5% down, you get your construction. Now, knowing that you don't like debt, you can do all that, and you could still put $100,000 down on a 203K loan if that is your prerogative, and still have that equity. Or you could pay down the loan faster. You can pay it off. You can do whatever you
Right.
want to do and keep that debt down. But I am a proponent. Yeah.
I like that. I like that because this first home that I'm in right now, like I own both of the homes that are like semi-detached, connected. I had a FHA originally. I paid that off, so now that's gone. So I'm eligible for another, FHA. And then I was going to actually do a 203K here, which would have covered my bathroom and my kitchen. But Bank of America, they were on some BS back then. Like I bought it like in 2011, and they were just not trying to approve it. And I was talking like lawsuit money with them, like lawsuit talk, and then they refunded me everything. Like they even gave me money for my appraisal and everything. They knew that what they were doing it wasn't right. Like they were taking me through they had me like they wanted the cost, let's say the bathroom. They wanted all of the items in the bathroom broken down, itemized. Then they want it from the contractor. Like it was crazy demands. Like they wanted to know like how much would it be for the vanity, and then how much would it cost to install the vanity, like everything separately. And they still were like
203K does require a lot of
afterwards.
paperwork for the contractor for sure. Yeah.
And I know over 50 or over 75 at that time, they wanted you to actually have a general contractor to oversee the whole process. But I'm gonna try that again. I'll try that. And I work in law enforcement. I know they have like law enforcement different types of companies that will lend to law enforcement, and you'll get a more of a discount.
Yeah, there's even down payment closing costs grants for people in law enforcement or first responders, teachers, like those types of jobs. There's tons of money.
Okay. All right. There we go. Thank you. I'm still gonna try to send you the link though. So you can and hopefully I didn't take long.
The other guy, then you over here taking more time to hit it. So
right.
It's cool.
Exactly. I'm
You're
gonna send you the
welcome.
link, but thank you so much. And hopefully, I guess it'll work. I'm gonna reach out to my realtor and see if we can start the process on that. It's a huge home. Really
the only other thing, because I think you said, did you say it was an auction or listed? No, it's just listed on MLS. Yeah, I would totally do a 2 or 3K. And if they just drop the price $20,000, I'd probably drop it another 20 and make an offer and see what they say and go back and forth.
I could definitely. They drop it another. We could still do 2 or 3K, but I'm saying I could definitely do cash then. I mean, that'd be nothing. But all right, All right, I'm gonna send you the link, and then I'll update you on the process.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, bye. So I just finished NextGen. I do it every Wednesday from 8, usually 8 to 10. But I was really tired today, so I stopped at Starbucks on the way to the office before group coaching. So I'm at the office wide awake. So figured I'd jump on here and just chit chat, see how y'all doing. If anyone wants to request to join live, you can, or join the live, you can. He was talking about property in Jersey. He wasn't talking in Baltimore. Hey, NextGen Takeover, what up? Cool. All right, y'all. I just want to say what's up. See who was awake. Answer some questions. Thanks to everyone who responded to my hashtag more than 5 posts today. I've been enjoying reading everyone's stories and seeing what neighborhoods folks live in. If you haven't done that, if you have bought property in Baltimore, either from Baltimore or you moved into Baltimore, go comment on my last reel so we can make sure people know that there are more than 5 people looking to move into Baltimore. People are tripping. I'm tired of fighting with folks all the time. I hope you guys have a really nice night. I'm going to go home. Bye.